a three-time AVCA All-American. Straight into Bruining, cross court, and it's handled by Chris Hirsch. And Sean Kelly kicks it to the line and down.
And that is just smooth as butter, that set from
All-American numbers. Flicks it high, lets it fly. They say that is in. That's an ace for Sean Kelly and the Bruins, something that this team does so well. It's serve effectively.
And that's 2 perfect line shots out of Kelly to start this set.
Peppering into the back line early. Kelly into his motion. Another stab from the big man.
And so
high school won a high school national championship, the CIF Player of the Year for Loyola. That was a couple of years back. And now a sophomore, he has really kicked it into gear. He's hitting over 400, over 3 kills per set. And they go to him often and early. We've seen that through that first stretch.
And Sean Kelly, an outside hitter.
Now, a middle blocker in Pilkvist who got it over, the float serve. Rama steps into one, dug up from Saint, cross court.
As we're seeing from front row and back row.
Now we see Chris Hirsch stepping in. Mikey Denver can't convert. Cross-court Rama, high over the block and down. For just the 3rd time this season. He's only played in about half the matches, but Cam Thorne is sick tonight, so he's not starting. There's George Bruining, a high flyer for the Gauchos on the outside.
And a great look for Bruin.
Picked up by Walmer. It makes its way over free. Rowan in system. Smooth as ever for Michael Wong. Rowan a screamer into the net. Gauchos with the side out. Now it's a different level here. You know, UC Santa Barbara has seen a couple of ranked teams, but there is some super athleticism for this UCLA team on display early. That's an overpass as Saint nearly puts it away. A yellow light cut placed to perfection from David Decker.
Wow, that was a beautiful shot from Decker.
They'll never take anything off of their serves. They are highly aggressive from the line, and it leads to some service errors.
And that's how UCLA has been in the past, even under John Spraw, who came before John Hawks. They were always in the mindset of serving aggressively, no matter how many errors.
Michael Wong Diallo into high hands from Pilkvist. Pilkvist got it back. That's dug up from Rama on the back row. Kelly, he converts.
And another really...
Roofed on the outside. David Decker sends it home.
And Chris Hirsch doing a nice job at closing that block as well. Like you said, Max, he has only started a couple of games this season, has a season-high 3 kills, but is a good blocker for the Bruins.
Bruining muscles it through the 2-man weave at the near side. It should be 9-5 UCLA.
And here's Bruining, his 2nd kill of the night, and the Gauchos need him.
Team just continues to roll.
And there's Decker on the right side, so his normal side he's hitting from, but with that left-hand dominant arm.
It's Bruins 10-5 in the first set. Now David Decker. St. Cox back, and he's denied. Chris Hirsch assimilating well to this starting role.
And Decker and the Bruins definitely targeting Ethan Saint on serve receive. Perfect pass from Guy.
The give and go popped up from the Bruins. That missed out. And you look at how UC Santa Barbara found themselves in system. Against Bruin team, it starts with serve receive. That was Rick McLaughlin's message before today's action.
Yeah, that's going to be a huge key for them to make sure they keep their offensive options creative.
Schobel unable to track it down. He ran out of real estate.
There's another kill from Decker on the right side.
It's the fourth service error this evening for UCLA.
Back to the service line,
And here's Dylan Pilkvist, just a freshman, but has come into a starting role at the midder blocker position.
Just rolled over the tape, and that's Pilkvist, who's got an ace for UC Santa Barbara. It's 13-8 now, UCLA. Rama makes it look easy on the outside. Bruins 14, UC Santa Barbara 8.
And Rama 6'8". He's a senior on this squad, and he is elevating, hitting over the block.
That brings Hirsch back to the row again. Rolled wide.
UC Santa Barbara.
UC Santa Barbara within 5. It's 14-9, but over half of the Gauchos' points have come on service errors from UCLA early on. Here's Schobel, the dynamic setter, and it's handled well, nearly perfectly in system. That missed it long. It's an overpass and a net violation on UCLA. It's now 14-11.
And props there to Schobel on that tough service pressure. That's going to be key for the Gauchos to get Bruins, get Andrew Rowan off UCLA.
You said that this is a team that wants to be great for each other. High pacing, and it falls. Just waterfalls down for Michael Wong-Diallo. Puts it into a 4-point run and a great timeout for Coach John Hawks to try and slow down the rally. Now it's Andrew Rowan. Riggs Guy, high line.
And we've seen that from Riggs Guy. He's so confident and smooth when he's in that one rotation on the right side. I love this signature outside the body line.
Well, back in late February of last year, we mentioned that 5-set win. Riggs Guy had a career-high 25 points. He hit .559. That was a fairly good performance from a guy who has stepped into this consistent starting role. We saw it early on in
Denver stepping into a starting role.
Michael Wong-Diallo, he missed everything, and UC Santa Barbara now within striking distance.
And the Bruin players are asking for a challenge, and John Hawks will challenge, saying that there was a touch on that swing.
Well, we have our first coach's challenge today. Remember, both teams award 2 challenges to open up the match. If the challenge is successful, it is retained for the rest of the way. An unsuccessful challenge, and that goes away. That was the play in question, and now we'll go to our officiating crew. Up referee Olmstead, he waits on down referee Matthew Laveau. Ron King, Lori Janich along the lines. And here in the Thunderdome, you look at how much these two teams have played, and people starting to show up. It seems like word has gotten around the student body that UCLA was on campus, a team in the midst of its best start in nearly 3 decades, since 1998. And this UCLA team started 16-0 that year, 28 years back, as the challenge is unsuccessful, which means UCLA only awarded 1 more challenge the rest of the way.
So it will be back in the hands of Mikey Denver, redshirt freshman out of Santa Barbara.
Rowan flicks the outside, a diving stab from the Rover Riggs guy. Saint steps into one. Tied at the net, now Rowan flings. Oh, he's denied! Ethan Saint, come on! Carolina.
And Dylan Pilkvist helping St. out. Great move by him to get all the way to the pin, and that's a big momentum play, tying the score up at 16s.
Cameron Thorne, who had started as a blocker for all 12 of the first 12 matches for UCLA this season. Now Thorne is available to go tonight. That's what Coach John Hawk said, but right now it looks like he's in street clothes on the bench. I'd be surprised if we saw him tonight, to be frank, Katie. Saint gets another.
And Saint gets creative there on the tip. That ball tight to the net, but made it work, found a
3 or 4 points tonight. I wouldn't be surprised if they continue to feed him with volume.
He is so quick. I barely see him coming up, and then the ball is down. He jumps so well and has an interesting approach. He's finding a way to go over the top.
Yeah, this is a bouncy Bruins team that get up high. Saint picks it up. Bruining bumps it over. Riggs guy through the seam, dug up from Connolly. Rama, he is roofed in the center by the freshman. Dylan Pilkvist soared in and sent it back. And of course, Gauchos riding this home court advantage. Katie, between you and me, we've called almost all of the matches here at the Thunderdome this season. This one is by far the most packed.
And looking for a touch, and they will get the call. So huge swing from George Bruin. He's their go-to guy right now, even in the back row. And he goes high offhand, smart swing.
So confident, and he has asserted himself into that leadership role. These guys have bought in for Bruining as the team captain. Pinballs its way over. Bruining pops it up. Schobel backdoor. Bruining skies in the overpass. It stays with the Gauchos. Riggs guy can't punch it over.
Oh, and that's a hard.
He snuck it home. Great reflexes from Rama. That was Walmer.
Oh, and that was a great dig from Walmer there. No one up. He's able to scoop that, keep it alive, but the Gauchos just too out of system there. And UCLA showing their calm demeanor at the end of this set, just playing consistently and making the Gauchos earn their points.
And they've certainly cleaned things up from the service line as well. They had 5 errors from the line through the first 15 to get his Bruin team off the line. Riggs guy with a flyer. He's got an ace. We are tied at 22.
What a serve from Riggs guy, bringing the heat, and the Gauchos have been doing that all set. So the Bruins, and another reason they said they went with that tactic was they wanted more competitiveness in matches. And so they wanted those guys who were going to fight for their spot and fight for the win. And there's Mikey Denver, one of those players who fought. Schobel doing his best to try to dig that ball, but so much power.
Rama floats it over. Schobel back in system. Ethan Saint doesn't catch a body.
That one just wide down the line. Ethan Saint loves that line drive swing, but Andrew Rowan had his foot on the line. He knew where he was at.
Now, despite the momentum, it's the Bruins who now have set point. This could put an end to the first. Rowan, Rama, money, Bruins. It's a set 1 win despite the fight from UC Santa Barbara. Number 1 UCLA goes up 1-0 in a hostile. You thought there were some personnel changes to be made. When you talked to me during the break that we just had, you said that a couple of players weren't hitting efficiently. So what did you see out there?
Yeah, a couple players struggling. Ethan Saint hitting -500, just 1 kill. So he has been struggling on the offensive side, but he's going to get that start again. And we'll see what they can do. They were right there, but a couple of mishap plays. We saw that misconnection between Schobel and Denver, and it will be Schobel to start it off.
And Saint just one of those players who has stepped in for such a good role. You could see what he does bring to the table. He's a high flyer with tremendous intensity out there, and he's a great blocker as well. He's a 5-tool player. That's why he's in right now. And, you know, you just expect that this team is going to find it and figure it out. And that's why Coach Schobel is running the offense. A dynamic player, and Coach Rick McLaughlin says a leader.
Yeah, he can really do it all, and he's a fighter. He brings such a confidence out there, and he gives that confidence to his players. That time, getting Ethan Saint involved, I love that step from him. Ethan Saint needs to be feeling it tonight, and that's a big-time kill.
And I think when Ethan Saint is clicking, this team is on a different level. So unlocking him on the outside is a big piece to their success. Schobel with another tough one to handle. Zach Rama off of hands, he tools it out.
And Rama has been nearly unstoppable. That's his 5th kill on 6 attempts.
Well, Zach Rama last year, an ABCA All-American second teamer, earned the nod after he was second on the Bruins with over 300 kills. Saint adjusting midair.
And Saint just getting it over best he could, and it goes down for a kill.
Well, I love that straight out of the break, heading into the second set, they're going straight to Ethan Saint to get him more involved in the offense, not less. Another laser beam from Guy, dug up and well, and he is denied. On the outside, Decker went straight into the wall.
And Denver has been huge on the defensive side for the Gauchos. He led the team last match with 6 blocks.
And UC Santa Barbara with that block early on. Kelly dug up from Waller. Saint nearly tracks it down.
And great effort there from Saint. It's a little too much heat from the Bruins.
We mentioned how every player for the Gauchos right now has earned their spot. Nothing was given. There's no expectation. It was all earned. And Ethan Saint he is at the forefront of this Gaucho attack.
Yeah, Ethan Saint now 3 for 3 to start off this second set after hitting negative in the first. So great setting, great confidence from Schobel into Saint.
And when you have the minds on the bench that UC Santa Barbara has, the extent of Rick McLaughlin and his success, all it takes is a quick adjustment to start to unlock some of your best hitters. And your best blockers when the Saints go marching. Ethan Saint is putting on a show.
And Dylan Pilkvis doing a great job getting all the way to the pin, sealing that one with Saint.
Riggs Guy in the perfect spot to stab it. Bruining. Backdoor Decker. Guy there again. And that's put straight back down by Micah Wong Diallo. He quiets the crowd a bit because this place started to get buzzing.
Great digs from Riggs Guy. He's just such a volleyball IQ player, knows where to be on defense. But the over dig there.
Guy, the perfect serve received. Gauchos recycled through. Right back. That's Pilkvist.
Again, love that set from Schobel. So creative. He gets that ball back to Pilkvis, and this time it's the right height, right window, and Pilkvis with the fast arm.
Kind of toys the net right there. And Schobel running this offense well now in the second set. Nearly over. Yeah, a little finesse touch that time from Micah Wong Diallo.
And a great set from Rowan on a tight pass. He's 6'6", so he's able to save those tight passes.
Well, the difference between the first set and now, the Gauchos hit below 100 in set number 1. Early on in the second set, that number has ballooned to just under 600. They've got 4 kills, no errors, and UC Santa Barbara has started to find it through this young man. Ethan Saint is leading the charge.
Yeah, 3 out of the 4 kills coming from Ethan Saint.
Rowan tracks it down and into the center for Hirsch. Oh, yeah.
And another great set from Rowan. He's so creative, but he is also right on point. That's the perfect set for her in his window.
Bruins came from down in the first set and took it back. That time you see Schobel, you know, he does it fairly often, just couldn't muscle it over.
And that time it looked a little forced, that pass off the net. And it was predictable that he was going up to hit.
Well, he works with Coach Jonas Safe, the former UC Santa Barbara setter, now on the support staff for Coach Rick McLaughlin. And Safe says he has everything in his toolbox. There he finds George Bruning.
And Bruning's 5th kill of the night, so leading the Gauchos, and most of those coming from the back row.
On the back row. Kelly with a snipe.
And that's a crazy angle from Sean Kelly. He just elevates and finds those seams.
Sean Kelly is just vicious out there. But here he goes into the net. That has plagued UCLA all evening. And, you know, I think that that's the MO of this team, though. They apply such pressure from the line because they rarely take anything off from there as well.
And I've been impressed with the aggressive serving from the Gauchos. They're kind of matching that philosophy of the Bruins tonight.
UC Santa Barbara ball. Walmer tracks it down. Schobel calls everybody off. Popped high from Guy. Out of system. Riggs Guy. He converts. That's terrific.
For your spot on the court and for your team.
When you're playing against the nation's #1, you need to work a little bit harder for those points. And you start to ride the hot hand here in the gym. And we saw Ethan Saint as that hot hand through the first stretch. Second set here, the Bruins took the first 25-23. Popped up, Pilkfist got there. Saint, the joust.
Mikey Denver to pop that ball up, and then Saint with the smart swing, just short middle. And there's Mikey Denver, so he's doing a great job from the service line, playing this one rotation of defense.
Kelly straight through. Pilkfist just got his tips on it.
And again, I love that the Gauchos are getting those middles involved. I think that's one of their keys this season, is to keep their pin, having good matchups. They need those middle blockers to get a couple more sets.
UCLA has swept through 9 of its 12 matches this season. But right here they are trailing 5, an ace from Captain Bruning. The Bruiser putting it on from the line. It's UC Santa Barbara by 5 in the second. Ineffective for the most part. They were still that close to pulling out the win. This second set, a total turnaround, 8 of 14, just one hitting error. And this team now has a 5-point lead against the #1 team in the country that has swept 9 of its 12 matches this year. But again, you kind of gotta step on their neck a little bit, because the Bruins have all the grit and more to come back, and 5 points is a small margin against this group.
John Hawks, the head coach for UCLA, said that's a difference with Milan Zarkovic on.
From Walmer. Oh, but the roof on the defensive side. Decker there for UCLA. And Katie, it's a great point. You talk about Zarkovic, his addition to the staff. He brings a whole new MO, a Hawaiian style volleyball, if you will. After so many years with Coach Charlie Wade and the success that they had on the island, he brings that over to Westwood as an associate head coach now.
Wow.
Riggs Guy.
Big swing from Riggs Guy, and he is in his groove. Great set from Schobel, selling that he was going to the front. And the Gauchos with 7 service errors, but 5 service aces. They're out-acing UCLA right now.
That's an overpass. Hirsch is denied. Solo.
Wow.
Schobel sticks his hand in the cookie jar.
Incredible play from Schobel. He plays with so much heart and creativity. He really lets himself read the game. You see him reading that angle swing.
High flying Kelly for the kill.
And Kelly just able to find that line and go over the top of Schobel here. He has been going for that all-match line.
He's a kill shy from yet another double-digit kill performance. Already has 9. Rolls the tape, picked up from winning off high hands. Schobel elects to go to Riggs Guy this time, and the roll shot dug up from Connolly. On the outside, they got hands on it. Saint gets there. Full extension. Walmer rolls it through. And Kelly quiets the crowd.
Great effort from the Gauchos, but the Bruins just so steady. They get that free ball, they go to Kelly, and he is unstoppable. Now with 10 kills is Sean Kelly.
Now Kelly back there. He's got an ace to pull within 1.
And Kelly doing it all. He has twice the amount of kills than any other player. And the Gauchos are going to take a second to try to stop his heat from the service line.
No matter if they're at Poly Pavilion or on the road in the Thunderdome, this team will not roll over, not even in set 2. The Bruins took a 25-23 first set win, now trailing just 1 point after UCLA scoring stretch with Sean Kelly at the line.
And Sean Kelly with the only 2 aces for UCLA.
Out of the timeout break, it's Decker who picks up the Bruining swing, and Kelly.
Point scorer for the Bruins, 11.
Rama, that's money! You're only going to see that with this UCLA team. That is sensational play.
It's almost like Rama has a little hang time in his jump, so it's hard to time the block. He is hitting just over everyone. Phenomenal swing.
It is so tough when Connolly, the libero, can put it on the money like that. Riggs Guy converts near side.
A great look for the Gauchos. I like that quick set out to Guy, and Mikey Denver really selling the attack as well.
Riggs Guy punches it through. Now back to Schobel. He's got a pair of aces this evening. Schobel with his 3rd. It is a fearless attack.
Yeah, Zach Rama named to the AVCA National Player of the Week and also Player of the Year contention for him and Andrew Rowan.
It makes sense. Rama, the senior from Phoenix, started out on such a hot note, 10th nationally in hitting percentage. And a lot of that is due to his connection with Andrew Rowan, the senior setter. Rowan sets up Rama.
And a big kill, but also a net violation on the Gauchos. Leaders for the Bruins there. Multiple-time All-Americans, have been starters for years.
Been together for quite some time and already reached the mountaintop as Mikey Denver.
Top team in the country.
Schobel picks it up. Out of system Guy. He hits Bruining into hands, and the 3-man wall stands its ground.
And that is a tough mountain to face on the blocking side. 3 tall Bruins in front of you, and Bruning opting out of going high hands. He tried to sneak that one through the block.
Backdoor and Bruning. That caught the line, but boy, it was close.
And Sean Kelly loving that sharp angle. It's so sharp, it looks like it's going wide, but nails the line, as he did to start off this match.
Just automatic stuff. Now Spencer Graves in for the first time. He's now serving. Schobel, give and go, Saints, fingertips found.
And a big side out for the Gauchos, just a micro touch.
So it kind of changes the dynamic for second-year head coach John Hawks. Oh my goodness! That's incredible stuff from Sean Kelly. He is soaring over everybody.
And Schobel.
Bruining from off the net. Kelly with a stab from Walmer, stays alive, out of system. Bruins into their motion. Flung back, Decker.
Oh, and then
Set point for number 1 UCLA to go up 2-0. All the fight. Now we'll see if the Gauchos have some bite. Clean serve receive. Bruining backdoor.
And the Thunderdome erupts. A perfect pass from Guy, and then Bruning on that right side. A great look from the back row.
Hot shot. High line.
Number 11, Ethan Saint on the serve for UC Santa Barbara.
Here's Ethan Saint into his motion. Skied high from Connolly. Connolly, the libero, picked it up. Guy. That's tops.
And that's a rare error from Connolly there. An overpass on a free ball. He's been phenomenal from the reception and defense.
Connolly, who spent 3 seasons at Long Beach State and won a championship there last year. Guy steps into another. That's picked up from Kelly on the back row.
Here in the front row for the Bruins is 6'8". So you got to make sure that you're moving those blockers around.
Yeah, manufacture some opportunities. Bruining got his fingertips on it. And Riggs Guy has found his rhythm.
And another smart decision. You see those big blockers in front of you, and Guy just roll shotting off hands. That's all he can do, a smart shot.
Another screamer. Connolly near perfect on the receive. Riggs Guy is in flow state. Hold on. They initially Santa Barbara, then back to UCLA, the point goes. Katie, what'd you see there?
Looks like a net violation on that block move.
Puts it into a 4-point run for Guy himself. Schobel uses the joust.
And Schobel uses all of his strength to win that joust. He's knocked over, but he earns the kill.
Yeah, Coach John Hawks nodding his head. I know that move. Coach John Hawks was a 2-year head coach at Loyola Chicago, where he coached all Americans, 6 of them. And he recruited Cole Schobel over there as a freshman. Schobel spent time in a 6-2 rotation, but now as a junior in his 2nd year with UC Santa Barbara, this is his offense.
And that's an unfortunate miss after such a momentum play. And a great swing from Mikey Denver. Again, that's the matchup that the Gauchos need. Just one blocker in front of Denver, and he goes high off hands.
Denver, his 3rd kill on 5 chances. Gauchos by 2. Schobel rips the tape. Doug.
So it will be David Decker, the lefty opposite, out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina, with a big-time ace.
Decker, his 4th year with the Bruins. You know, last year against UC Santa Barbara, Decker pieced together quite the showing. A season high with double-digit kills. That time it split the uprights and went long.
That serve is going very fast. So the Gauchos, a breath of relief.
Now Riggs Guy, the sophomore.
Each.
Just snuck it over, and an ace for Sean Kelly. He puts UCLA back in front. Kelly with his 3rd ace this evening, responsible now for 3 of 5 for UCLA. Schobel tries to rip back outside.
And that's an interesting call. So they're going to say that it went off the Bruins last. But John Hawks is not happy about that call.
Well, we'll mention this one more time. You know, early.
Will challenge. They're going to say that that touch went off Ethan Saint last.
And remember, these challenges, this is a 2-point swing. It would be 15-13 UCLA instead of 14 level. Another look at it here. Boy, it was close.
It's going to be hard to tell on this one. You're going to need a close-up angle because it almost looked like it was a simultaneous touch.
This is a really tough play. And you look at Rowan and Saint going one-on-one isolation on the outside.
So hard to tell on these plays because they're touching it almost at the same time.
After the extended replay review, Sean Kelly into his motion. An overpass thrown down from Zach Rama.
And the Gauchos need a quick response here. They don't want to let UCLA get into their momentum in this must-win set for UCSB.
It's 4 straight points for the Bruins. Kelly, number 3 in search of its 10th sweep in 13 matches this year. Best start since 1998 when they won all 16 of its first 16 matches. Out of the timeout break, Gauchos looking to earn it back through Riggs Guy, and they'll do just that. They needed it.
And that's the 10th kill of the night for Riggs Guy as he leads the Gauchos.
You know, when you look at this 2-set lead for UCLA, not necessarily indicative of how this match has looked. It's been tight. It has been contentious. They have not run away with it, but yet here they are with a chance at a third. If not for Ethan Saint, who pulls UC Santa Barbara within 2. It's now 17-15, Bruins in the third.
And Ethan Saint now with his 10th kill. I love this heavy angle swing from him. And he has really come alive since that second set.
And Kelly came up short. It's his first attacking error of the evening. He was hitting .542 to that point.
Yeah, break for the Gauchos. That one just going right into the top of the tape.
Outside Rama, soaring high, and he finds the corner.
A great swing from Rama. His approach is a little slower than most players, but then he elevates so high. It's just a hard approach and hitter to time with your block.
Chris Hirsch at it. Ruining the fingertips. You know, a little bit more, by the way, Katie, on Ethan Saint. We talked about him in that first set. He struggled to find it. He had 1 kill through 6 chances with 4 errors. Then over the second and now third set, he has 9 kills on 11 chances, just 1 error. He has really settled in. Ethan Saint is a big reason why the Gauchos have kept this one close.
And it started with Cole Schobel feeding him the ball to start that second set. It really made him get in that groove and build confidence. So you love to see that connection and that leadership from the setter.
Schobel to Bruining, off of his head.
And the Gauchos doing a great job at staying point for point with the Bruins right now. Great side out, Bruining effective from the back row.
Ethan's up from Michael Wong Diallo. He got there in time. Gauchos moving. Drew the man, and Bruining delivered to the corner.
And a great team effort from the Gauchos there. Schobel trying to sell the swing and then gets the ball to Bruining perfectly.
Well, Coach John Hawks, pardon. Trying to explain his case. Katie, what are you seeing?
He's saying that there was a move under the net from the Gauchos, I believe, that interfered with the Bruins play in the middle of that rally.
Yeah, we'll see if our replay team can find it. Matthew LeBeau once again goes to the monitor. Well, aside from close, you know, this match is nothing if not close. Better yet, all 3 matches, all 3 sets have been tied at 19 now, each one of them. Neither team really has an inch of comeback plan or stretch. It's just been UCLA who's been able to pull ahead. Let's see it again. Does somebody go under the net? This is a full play here. It's good work from our replay team up top. What are you seeing, Katie?
I didn't see any interference, even in that tight spot in the rally where the players were close to the net this play. I didn't see an interference.
And I think right here, does Schobel hit the tape? I think it's just a ball into the net. And UC Santa Barbara retains the point. It's the second unsuccessful challenge of the evening for UCLA. So the Bruins are now without a challenge if this moves into a 4th set. And it's tied at 19. That's a big break for the Gauchos instead of a 2-point lead for UCLA late.
And it's Ethan Saint, just a sophomore out of Laguna Niguel. He has been on fire these past few sets and rips the serve.
Saint had a hand on it, but the kill on the outside for UCLA. They're back in front. They do so with